LeBron James just signed with the Philadelphia 76ers. Say that again. LeBron James is now a Sixer. The whole basketball world is losing it. But here's the real story. Kevin Durant jumped into the chaos. He said something big, and now everyone is picking a side. Let's break it down. The contract is barely signed, and Durant is already deep in it. He didn't stay silent. He went straight into the comment sections where angry fans were dragging James. LeBron is the hottest topic in sports right now. He just picked the Sixers for next season, and he made it clear he wants a title. Fans blasted him, calling it ring chasing. That's when Durant stepped up. He would not let that slide. He jumped on Threads and defended James hard. He called him a top 5 player ever. He told fans their opinions aren't facts. He told critics to stop worrying about how it looks and just watch the games. He added that everyone in the league chases rings, shots, or money. That line says everything about where his head's at. He's not just defending LeBron, he's defending an entire era of player freedom, an era he helped create when he left Oklahoma City for Golden State. And this didn't come out of nowhere. It followed one of the wildest free agency periods the league has ever seen. To understand why Durant spoke up, rewind a few weeks. Nobody knew where LeBron was headed. Not fans, not insiders, not even people inside the league. Philadelphia wasn't even part of the conversation until early July. Right after trading for Jaylen Brown, the Sixers jump into the LeBron race. That trade alone shocked everyone. Philly gave up Paul George and 4 draft picks just to land Brown, a guy who finished 6th in MVP voting. So before LeBron even entered the picture, Philly had already blown up its roster. And it worked. Within a day, the Sixers became real contenders for LeBron. Golden State, Cleveland, and Miami were also in the mix. Everyone expected LeBron to take his time, and that's exactly what happened. His agent, Rich Paul, said flatly there was no rush. He said it was LeBron's decision, and it would happen when it happened. That patience drove fans crazy. Speculation exploded. Reports kept circling 3 teams: Cleveland, Miami, and Philly. Cleveland made sense emotionally since LeBron won a title there. Miami made sense too, given his history. But Philly was a surprise, and it only became real after the Brown trade. Behind the scenes, Philly worked every angle. Their new president admitted they'd been talking to Rich Paul since the Brown trade happened. He said LeBron's camp stayed quiet, but Philly wanted him badly. He even called LeBron the best player ever. That connection wasn't random either. The two go way back to their Ohio high school days. Other Sixers had ties to LeBron too. Tyrese Maxey trained with him in the summer. Joel Embiid won Olympic gold with him in 2024. So when the meetings happened, LeBron wasn't walking in as a stranger. He was walking in among guys he already trusted. Then came the day everything changed. LeBron signed a 2-year deal worth $8 million with Philly, with a player option. He posted the news himself, and it read like a confession, not a business move. He admitted he thought he was done after last season. He said he needed real time to figure out if he still loved the game. He said he was honest when he told everyone he needed to look inward. And after everything, he realized the fire was still there. That's a very different tone than chasing money, and it's the same tone Durant would later use to defend him. LeBron thanked every city that shaped him: LA, Miami, Northeast Ohio, 3 eras of his career, all honored before turning to a brand new chapter. Philly wasted no time celebrating. The governor even declared it LeBron James Day. That shows just how big this felt for the city. But not everyone was celebrating. Many expected Bronny to follow his dad, but that no longer looked likely. Philly's roster was full and still needed room. The Lakers reportedly wanted to keep Bronny anyway, so even the joy came with a complicated twist. A father and son who made history together might now be split apart again. That detail kept the story burning across every platform, feeding right into the storm Durant would soon jump into. Once the shock wore off, the conversation turned ugly fast. That's exactly when Durant decided enough was enough. The criticism came from one specific angle. Fans didn't just call the move bad basketball, they called it beneath him. People compared him again to Jordan and Kobe, legends tied to one team forever. That comparison kept getting repeated everywhere. One fan even imagined Jordan joining Kobe and Shaq just to stack rings, calling it shameful. Durant flipped the whole idea around. He said that scenario would have been amazing to watch. arguing the same fans hating now would have loved it then. That's Durant's whole game here. He's not denying LeBron switched teams again. He's attacking the idea that switching teams should feel shameful at all. He went even further, defending LeBron's entire career against people trying to shrink it down to one signing. He said LeBron represents the sport itself, and players don't need to stay on one team to matter. He pointed out that even Jordan and Kobe played 15+ years and gave everything to the game. Then he said something sharper. He said the outside noise doesn't touch him because living it changes how you see it completely. That's Durant reminding everyone he's actually played against LeBron, competed with him, and shared locker rooms with him. His opinion carries real weight. One fan accused him of working overtime just to defend LeBron. Durant didn't back down at all. He argued LeBron's choices don't hurt anyone else, and people's feelings don't erase what he's done on the court. He told one critic they don't even know LeBron personally, yet they carry real hate toward him anyway. Here's where it gets really interesting. The Sixers weren't even a top contender before LeBron joined, so calling him a ring chaser for picking Philly doesn't add up. That label would fit if he joined an already loaded team. But Philly wasn't that. They had just traded away major pieces just to get into this race. LeBron wasn't hopping onto a finished product, he was walking into a team still being built around him. Durant knows that criticism personally because he's lived it. For a decade, people called him a ring chaser too. Back in 2016, he left a 73-win Thunder team to join a 73-win Warriors team, and that label never left him, no matter how many championships followed. So when he saw the same accusation thrown at LeBron, in a situation where Philly wasn't even a contender until he signed, it hit close to home. He wasn't letting fans downplay LeBron's career, and he made that clear across every single reply. Not everyone was hating though. The split was real, and it went way beyond Durant's replies. Philly fans were thrilled about landing LeBron, and that excitement spread everywhere across the city. Harper's energy wasn't fake at all. It was a city that finally felt like a real contender. But outside Philly, doubt remained strong. Many fans didn't believe a 41-year-old changes everything for a franchise still chasing its first title in decades. That doubt kept fueling arguments Durant kept getting pulled into, night after night. What's clear is Durant wasn't just defending a friend, he was defending an entire era of how careers work now, where switching teams isn't betrayal and chasing one more ring late in a career needs no apology. To understand why he cares this much, you need to look at his own history with this exact criticism. Rewind to 2016. Durant had just pushed a 73-win Warriors team to 7 games with Oklahoma City. Instead of running it back, he left and joined the very team that beat him. 2 championships and 2 finals MVPs later, the label stuck anyway. Ring chaser. Nothing he did after changed that story. That history is exactly why his defense of LeBron feels personal. When he said everyone chases rings, shots, or money, that wasn't some random theory. That was Durant summing up 10 years of his own criticism. Now he's 37, still hearing the same complaints every time he moves teams. So when the same script got used against LeBron, a 41-year-old legend taking way less money for a 4th ring, Durant saw the parallel instantly and reacted without hesitation. There's another layer here too. Durant and LeBron aren't just peers. They're 2 of the biggest names in modern NBA history. When fans attack either one using the loyalty argument, they're really attacking the entire era of player freedom, an era Durant helped build in 2016 and one LeBron arguably started even earlier back in 2010. That's the real thread running through every reply Durant made. He's not just protecting a friend's image, he's protecting the whole system that let both their careers look the way they do. It matters too that the 2 shared a locker room before, representing Team USA together. That history probably makes it even harder for Durant to stay quiet while people reduce LeBron's 23-year career to 1 contract number. And that number kept getting used as a weapon. $8 million for a guy who's already earned hundreds of millions. Critics used it to call him desperate. Durant flipped it completely, saying it proves LeBron wasn't chasing money at all. Other teams would have paid him way more. The contract also let Philly keep the roster built around him, Embiid, Maxey, and Brown. LeBron wasn't just taking a discount for himself. He gave the front office room to keep the pieces that made Philly appealing in the first place. Philly kept building too, adding more players to boost their title chances even further. LeBron explained his reason himself, clearly. Reports confirmed he chose the best shot at winning over the biggest paycheck. He said he believed he could help make Philly a champion, and he was excited to start fresh with new fans. That's exactly the point Durant kept pushing to people, calling this some legacy compromise. 'Cause Durant, there's no compromise here at all. It's a Hall of Famer choosing competition over comfort, and somehow getting dragged for it. That contradiction, a guy taking less money to try to win more, pulled Durant into thread after thread defending him. So where does all this leave us heading into a huge season? Start with the obvious. Durant and LeBron will share a court again, and this time, every moment between them will be viewed through everything said online this summer. Next time Durant faces LeBron, the whole city of Philly will be behind him. What used to be a rivalry has turned into real respect. That's a strange twist for two guys measured against each other for years in GOAT debates. Now Durant stands in LeBron's corner instead of competing for headlines. Philly's roster is stacked in a way it hasn't been in years. Embiid still dominates when healthy. Maxey already trained alongside LeBron. Brown was brought in for this exact moment. And now LeBron walks in not as the highest paid guy, but maybe the most accomplished player to ever wear that jersey. The Bronny question still hangs over everything, unresolved. Father and son made history sharing a court, and that story might not continue in Philly. The Lakers want to keep him, and Philly's crowded roster makes a reunion unlikely for now. It's the one loose thread in this whole story without a clean answer yet. Then there's the city itself. A governor declared a holiday. A baseball star compared the excitement to his own arrival years ago. That's the kind of reaction a city gives when it finally believes it has a real shot at a title. Whether that belief holds up once games start is a totally different story. What's certain is Durant didn't stop after a few posts. He kept replying. He kept fighting strangers over a decision that technically had nothing to do with him. That's the part easy to miss in all this noise. A guy who didn't need to say anything chose to stand in the fire and take some heat himself. Maybe that's the real story here. Not just that LeBron picked a new team at 41, not just that fans exploded over loyalty and legacy. It's that one of his biggest rivals, a man who faced the same criticism for a decade, looked at it all and said it wasn't fair. Out loud, again and again, without being asked. Whatever happens once the Sixers hit the floor, whether the hype is real, whether LeBron gets his fourth ring, whether Durant and LeBron finally settle this in the playoffs, none of that changes what already happened this summer. A city declared a holiday. A team rebuilt itself twice in 1 week for a legend. And when the criticism came, LeBron didn't have to face it alone.